Watch this video if you want to find out the latest news about Social Security, stimulus checks, and even unemployment benefits. And there are some very big developments on the fourth stimulus checks and about who will be receiving these fourth stimulus payments. Even Social Security beneficiaries, SSI, SSDI, VA beneficiaries will be receiving this fourth stimulus check very soon. So the whole goal of this channel, everybody, is to provide you with the most up-to-date, reliable Social Security, stimulus, SSI, SSDI, RRB, and VA beneficiary news. So it means a lot to me if you guys could subscribe to this channel. So it really means a lot if you could subscribe to my channel.
So, but this morning, I want to talk about, I think it's a historic day for our economic recovery. Today's national unemployment rate fell below 4% to 3.9%, the sharpest one-year drop in unemployment in United States history.
Alright everybody, so today, the Labor Department has announced a new report on the US current unemployment rate. So the Labor Department reported that the US economy has added 199,000 jobs in December, and that's kind of disappointing. It's far below than what was expected.
There has been too much discussion in this country, not just from Republicans, but from Democrats alike, that we should be making cuts in Social Security. That is wrong.
That was the fewest jobs added in any month of 2021. So how does this affect the fourth stimulus check, you ask? President Biden has said the new unemployment rate, dropping to a new crisis low in December, can help America get back on its feet. And according to Biden, he actually said this about stimulus: job opportunities are up, layoffs are down to the lowest levels in decades, and there are more chances than ever to get ahead.
So let me say a word about Social Security. When Social Security was developed in the 30s, its goal was to cut down on senior poverty. And when it was developed, 50% of seniors lived in poverty. Today, poverty among seniors is too high, but that number is 10%. Social Security has done exactly what it was designed to do.
So the December report likely did not capture the effect of the recent crisis surge, which is weighing in on workers and businesses, only furthering the need for the fourth stimulus checks, according to multiple congressmen and congresswomen in Congress. The recent spike in the crisis could mean more stimulus payments in 2022. Joe Biden and other lawmakers certainly still need to pass more relief and more stimulus provisions. Yet there are still millions of Americans that are going to have a tough time right now because of the ongoing crisis. Most importantly, the Biden administration must make sure that the biggest benefits goes out to Americans that need it the most. It is important that no one is left behind from the next round of stimulus payments. Should people on low income, no income, SSI, SSDI, and Social Security receive stimulus checks, or should the wealthy 1% people receive stimulus payments and benefits as well? Tell me in the comments down below, everybody, what are your thoughts on this proposal? Now everyone, it is really frustrating to know that Senate Democrat Joe Manchin is still against passing changes to the filibuster. Right now, Joe Manchin is getting pressure from popular members of the Democratic Party to change his stance on the Senate filibuster that's done to pass voting reforms. In addition to regular talks with Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and other fellow Democratic senators, Joe Manchin has heard from past presidents and even celebrities. Politico reported that Joe Manchin has been busy in recent days with phone calls from even the former president begging him to pass and remove the 60-vote Senate rule to pass major voting rights bills. I do believe that voting rights are a big issue, but what's more important is the fourth stimulus check. And I do think that President Biden and Joe Manchin can at least get one agreement on to this fourth stimulus bill, and then they will be sent out with more stimulus checks to the American people in 2022. Guys, do you believe that Joe Biden can get the job done this year? Now the pressure is ramping up as Chuck Schumer set a January 17th deadline to vote on changing the Senate filibuster, and it's a top priority for the Democratic agenda. If the Senate filibuster is passed, that means fourth stimulus checks can be sent out without the help from Republicans, which might be a good idea. Chuck Schumer has made an exception for the election legislation, but it's still upsetting to know that Joe Manchin has shown no signs of budging and continues to stress the importance of protecting the Senate as an institution. What are your thoughts on this, everybody? Should Chuck Schumer do a better job in sending the stimulus checks this year? And what do you think about President Biden? Should he also send out more stimulus payments? Tell me in the comments down below, everybody.
First, Hannah and Key and Josh and Lee and Lori. What beautiful, beautiful, amazing words. Nothing anyone could ever say would do better than to show what a great man and wonderful father your dad was. Thank you. Thank you. Now, it's truly an honor for me to speak about my dear friend and my mentor, Harry Reid of Searchlight, Nevada, as he would proudly refer to himself. First, let me say to Landra, the love of Harry's life for 62 years, who he called his rock. The only time I ever saw Harry cry was when he told me Landra had had an awful car accident and broken so many bones. He said over and over again, as tears streamed down his cheeks, "My poor little Landra, my poor little Landra." Landra, I know nothing can replace the hole in your heart right now. But just know that every single person in this room, and literally thousands more across the nation, are holding you in their hearts as you endure this painful loss with your family. I lost my dad a month ago, but he's still with me, just as I know Harry is with all of us and will always be. 5 years ago, at the unveiling of Harry's official portrait, I said, "It'll be quite some time until we see another like Harry Mason Reid." 5 years later, that statement remains as true as ever. He was one of a kind. The presence of so many distinguished guests at this memorial, President Biden, President Obama, Speaker Pelosi, Elder Ballard, the church, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so many others, so many of my colleagues who came here, both present and those who previously served in the Senate. All of us being here is proof of the wide and deep impact that Harry had in this world. Now, that being said, no doubt, Harry would be extremely annoyed and embarrassed that so many of us made a trip out to Las Vegas for him. I know nothing he'd want less than to sit through a bunch of speeches talking about how great he was. But I knew Harry well, and even though he wouldn't want it, I know a part of him would enjoy it. He'd sort of be like Sid Caesar after he got some applause. No, please, no more applause. I got to know Harry when I came to the Senate in 1999. Here was this man, a soft-spoken Mormon from Searchlight, a town that was